Hello everybody, this is David again. I thought I'd share something with you. This is in Portsmouth, Virginia, and this is maybe an unknown spot for you. The water we're looking at here is Scott's Creek, and it is a natural peninsula in the middle of a city. This is a marina, very active, and you can see a boat, pretty view of a boat in the distance, and this is the channel that leads out to the Elizabeth River in Norfolk, Virginia. And as you go around this corner here, past this mast of this large sailboat, is the downtown skyline of Norfolk, Virginia. And we pan on. This is a channel that reaches up into Scott Creek.
Scott's.
And this is Joe Collins.
Hey gang. The Midtown Tunnel, if you know where that is, that's where it comes out, is right at the end of that peninsula. So that's where it is.
This structure here, in my past I had a sailboat. I had a 20-foot long O-Day sailboat, and it was nice. I took some overnight cruises on it sometimes. It's just great to get out on the water and have fun for a day. Unfortunately, the property was sold and the dock had been here for quite a while. How long would you say?
That dock?
Yeah.
100 years.
Well, they finally removed part of the deck from the dock and allowed it to kind of go into the condition that it's in now.
We had a hurricane take this out and they never repaired it, and it's just over time what they've done is they've not repaired this.
Also, I sold the boat to a wonderful guy, and he lives in North Carolina, and his place is on the Intercoastal Waterway in North Carolina. We begin into a residential section, which is a neighborhood I lived in when I was growing up. And this property here was the owner of the dock at one time.
And Pritchard.
This was Mr. Gresham.
That's
Gresham.
Right. This is the first thing you saw was Pritchard Marine, and the second one you saw is the older one, the Gresham Marine. Yep.
This is a restaurant, and this is by no way commercial endorsement. This is the dock of the bay.
Used to be called the Flagship.
Used to be called the Flagship, and this is run by a gourmet chef. I hear the food is wonderful, and I encourage you, again, not commercial endorsement, but he has a wonderful Facebook page. He posts his daily specials and menus on the Facebook page. We progress on, unless there's anything else for you to say, Joe.
Nope.
We're going to take a quick walk across a parking lot.
You show them the old oyster shell road up here.
I'm going to show them the Pritchard Marine Railway.
Yeah.
Sorry for the shakiness, because I'm walking kind of fast.
I think you should be too shaky. You got stabilization turned on, don't you?
And I'm learning how to use that. It's automatically built into the camera, since I'm kind of using a low-end budget camera because I'm getting started in this.
Hey, show them Daniel's house over here. That's the name of the
I'm going to let Joe talk more about Daniel's. I'm going to let pan on over to the place. And we got a car going by, which is all right.
Hey.
And
I was just going to point out it's one of the original houses in the neighborhood, and it was built in the 1700s, or at least part of it was. The part that you're looking at on this side was added on in 1875, but the other part was built in the 1870s.
In the doghouse, the neighbors we knew in this house, their name was Turner, and they were just wonderful neighbors. And they called this little structure here, this was the original kitchen to the house, and it had since been turned into a shop area by Mr. Turner, and I don't know what it is now because we have different owners. What you're about to see here is the drive area to what is known as the Pritchard Marine Railway. And this was the first Marine Railway in Portsmouth. And what a marine railway is, in case you don't know,
Pull small boats in
you
and
could
out of the
pull your
water.
small boat in and out of the water, and they could maintain and repaint the hull and everything. This is Constitution Avenue. This is the street that I grew up
Shell
on.
Road there.
And this is this building here is the house I owned when I lived here. I bought the house next door to my parents, and that was kind of an interesting situation. I have mixed feelings about it. The house has been sold several times, and it's in the good hands of a gentleman that is in the Navy, and he is doing a very wonderful job of restoring the building back to condition, you know, really nice. Another pan of the plantation house. It's hard to see because of trees. We're getting a better view of it here now. Over here, maybe Joe has a comment.
About what?
You can tell them about Mom's.
We got more beer? Oh, now this is the house we grew up in. Looks sort of like a jungle. My mom is into landscaping, obviously. And built 1941. And one of the, this whole neighborhood used to be a farm. And they started to build houses back in the teens on the other side of the neighborhood. Took them a while to get back around this way. They had just a few here, and this house was built in 1941 by the contractor who built a lot of the further down the street. We have some housing that came along during World War II.
I apologize because I'm actually looking wrong way with the camera right directly into the sunlight, so we're going to move over into the shade. My mom is quite the landscaper, and my nephew, bless his heart, he helps extensively with the landscaping of this property. Front door, some more bushes and foliage, a little excessive, I would say. Arbor and fence. So any more comments, Joe? I think we're probably going to wrap this one
No,
up.
it's hot out here. Let's go in and drink beer.